Have you ever wondered how a man born of humble beginnings became the founder of the largest contiguous empire in history? Picture this, the harsh, unforgiving Mongolian steppes where a young boy named Temujin, later known as Genghis Khan, was born into a nomadic tribe. The early life of this boy, destined to become a world conqueror, is shrouded in mystery. Born into a world of tribal conflict and survival, his beginnings were as humble as they come. Yet from these meager beginnings, Genghis Khan rose to establish an empire that stretched from Eastern Europe to the Sea of Japan, from Siberia to Central Asia. A stark contrast, isn't it? A nomadic boy from the steppes commanding an empire larger than Rome at its peak. The life and accomplishments of Genghis Khan are nothing short of extraordinary. His story is a testament to the power of ambition, leadership, and strategic genius. So let's delve into the life of this mysterious figure, Genghis Khan, and his colossal empire. The rise of Genghis Khan from an outcast to a warrior is a testament to his resilience and strategic mind. Born as Temujin in the heart of Mongolia, Genghis Khan's early life was fraught with hardship. His father, a respected tribal leader, was poisoned when Temujin was just 9 years old. This event left his family destitute and ostracized from their tribe. The harsh reality of life on the Mongolian steppe forged a survivor out of Temujin. Struggling against starvation, tribal conflict, and even captivity, he emerged not just as a survivor, but a warrior. Genghis Khan's rise to prominence was not an accident. It was a product of his strategic mind and sheer determination. He began to amass a following not through birthright, but through alliances, often forged by marrying off his daughters to the leaders of other tribes. His leadership was not based on fear or coercion, but respect and loyalty. He was a leader who led from the front, a warrior who fought alongside his men, a tactician who outsmarted his enemies. The formation of Genghis Khan's army was a revolutionary act in itself. He broke from the tribal tradition of forming units based on kinship and instead organized his forces based on merit and loyalty. This shift not only enhanced the effectiveness of his army, but also deepened the commitment of his soldiers. They were no longer fighting for a tribe, but for a leader who valued them for their skills and dedication. Genghis Khan's rise from a young nomad to a respected warrior was not an overnight transformation. It was a journey that spanned years, marked by both triumphs and setbacks. But through it all, he remained undeterred, driven by a vision of unity and strength. His journey from a young nomad to a feared warrior set the stage for the creation of a vast empire. His story serves as a reminder that even in the face of adversity and hardship, resilience and strategic thinking can pave the way to greatness. Genghis Khan's unification of the Mongol tribes marked the beginning of his extraordinary reign. Before Genghis Khan, the Mongol tribes were scattered, often at odds with one another, and lacked a strong central authority. But the man originally known as Temujin changed all that. Born into the Bojigin clan, Temujin would later adopt the title Genghis Khan, meaning universal ruler. He was a charismatic leader possessing a rare blend of strategic genius and sheer force of will. Genghis Khan recognized the potential strength in the disparate tribes and set about unifying them under a single banner. His methods were practical and often ruthless. He used a combination of diplomacy, marriage alliances, and raw military might to bring the tribes together. Those who resisted were swiftly and decisively crushed. It was a clear message: unite or perish. But Genghis Khan did more than just unite the tribes. He actively sought to break down the tribal identities and loyalties that had divided the Mongols for generations. He restructured the military units to include members from different tribes, fostering a sense of camaraderie and shared purpose. Even more groundbreaking were Genghis Khan's laws, known as yasa. These laws were designed to maintain peace and order within the newly formed Mongol nation. They covered everything from theft and murder to hunting and military conduct. The yasa promoted equality for bad blood feuds and even granted religious freedom, a rarity in those times. Genghis Khan also revolutionized Mongol warfare. He organized his army into decimal units and implemented innovative strategies that emphasized speed, mobility, and surprise attacks. The Mongol warrior was no longer just a horse archer. He was part of a highly efficient, well-coordinated fighting machine. Through these measures, Genghis Khan achieved what no leader had before. He transformed the Mongol tribes from a loose collection of feuding factions into a unified, formidable force. He created the Mongol nation, a nation that would soon cast a long and imposing shadow over the world. With the tribes under his command, Genghis Khan was ready to expand his horizons beyond the Mongolian steppes. Genghis Khan's military campaigns were a mix of strategic brilliance and ruthless efficiency. Let's delve into the major conquests that earned him a formidable reputation across the globe. One of the most notable conquests was the invasion of the Khwarezm dynasty, which held vast territories that stretched from present-day Iran to Afghanistan. Genghis Khan initially sought a peaceful trade agreement with the Khwarezm Shah. However, the Shah's execution of Genghis's envoys ignited a war that would result in the utter decimation of the Khwarezm dynasty. Genghis Khan's forces swept through city after city with a ruthless efficiency that was both terrifying and awe-inspiring. Another significant conquest was the Jin dynasty, a powerful regime in northern China. The Mongols, under the leadership of Genghis Khan, used advanced military tactics that were far beyond their time. They employed a combination of surprise attacks, feigned retreats, and the use of local guides to outmaneuver their enemies. The Jin dynasty, with its vast armies and fortified cities, was no match for the Mongol horde's innovative strategies. In both conquests, Genghis Khan employed psychological warfare to great effect. He would often spread rumors of his army's size and ferocity, sowing fear and confusion among his enemies before the battle even began. His forces would also leave a trail of destruction in their wake, further demoralizing the enemy and breaking their will to fight. But it wasn't all brute force and intimidation. Genghis Khan's strategy also involved the incorporation of conquered peoples and cultures into his empire. He was a pragmatist who understood the value of diversity and integration. His empire was a melting pot of different cultures, languages, and traditions, which contributed to its strength and longevity. In conclusion, Genghis Khan's conquests were not just about expanding territories, they were about building an empire that was diverse, inclusive, and strategically strong. His military campaigns combined strategic brilliance, innovative tactics, and psychological warfare to great effect, leading to victories that still resonate in the annals of history. These conquests laid the foundation for what would become the largest empire in history. Genghis Khan's death did not mark the end of his empire, but rather the beginning of a new era. With the passing of the great Khan, his sons and grandsons took up the reins of leadership, continuing to expand the empire to an unprecedented scale. His third son, Ogedei Khan, succeeded him and undertook a series of successful conquests, stretching the empire from the shores of Eastern Europe to the borders of Korea. The Mongol Empire, at its zenith, was the largest contiguous empire in history, a testament to the military prowess and organizational genius of Genghis Khan and his successors. But all empires, no matter how grand, must face the inevitable tide of time. The Mongol Empire was no exception. The empire began to decline due to a combination of internal strife, succession wars, and the immense logistic difficulties of governing such a large territory. Yet even as the empire crumbled, the legacy of Genghis Khan lived on. The Mongol Empire had profound cultural, economic, and political impacts. Culturally, the Mongols were known for their tolerance of diverse religions and cultures within their territories. This fostered a period of cultural exchange and intellectual growth that significantly influenced the Renaissance in Europe. Economically, the empire facilitated a massive trade network across Asia and Europe, known as the Silk Road. This not only boosted economic activity, but also led to the exchange of ideas and technologies, contributing to global progress. Politically, the Mongol rule was characterized by a well-structured administration system with laws known as yasa that promoted order and justice. This system influenced several subsequent empires and continues to be studied by historians and political scientists today. Despite its fall, the Mongol Empire under Genghis Khan has left an indelible mark on history. Its influence continues to echo through the corridors of time, reminding us of the extraordinary life and legacy of a man who rose from humble beginnings to become one of the most powerful rulers in history. Genghis Khan, a name synonymous with power and conquest, continues to fascinate us centuries after his death. His story, a riveting tale of a young warrior's rise from obscurity to become the leader of one of the world's largest empires, is nothing short of extraordinary. His unification of the disparate Mongol tribes and his subsequent military victories stand testimony to his strategic brilliance and military prowess. However, his legacy is not merely one of conquest. Genghis Khan's empire was marked by religious tolerance, a sophisticated legal system, and promotion of trade and communication. His reign, though ruthless, brought about advancements that shaped the very course of history. Yet, the tale of Genghis Khan is steeped in contradictions. He was a warrior and a statesman, a conqueror and a lawgiver. So we leave you with this thought. Was Genghis Khan a ruthless conqueror or a visionary leader? The answer, as with most things in history, is not black and white.